Stop caring and watch everything change. Stoicism. Most people are exhausted not because life is hard, but because they care too much. They care about opinions, judgment, validation, criticism, rejection. People who don't even care about them. And slowly, this emotional attachment drains their peace. The Stoics understood something life-changing. The more desperate you become for external approval, the weaker your mind becomes. But the moment you stop caring about things outside your control, everything changes. You become calmer, stronger, freer, more confident. And for the first time, you begin living for yourself instead of performing for the world. Before we begin, subscribe to Calm Over Chaos for more powerful Stoic wisdom that helps you master your emotions, protect your peace, and stay calm in a chaotic world. 1. Stop caring about everyone's opinion. Most people are prisoners of public opinion. They change their personality to fit in, hide their dreams to avoid criticism, remain silent to avoid judgment. But the Stoics believed, if you live for people's approval, you will never truly live freely. There was once a young man named Adrian who dreamed of becoming a writer. But every time he shared his ideas, people mocked him. That won't work. Be realistic. Who do you think you are? Eventually, Adrian stopped writing completely. One evening, his grandfather noticed the sadness in his face and asked, "Why did you abandon something you love?" Adrian sighed. "People don't believe in me." The old man smiled quietly. Most people criticize dreams they are too afraid to chase themselves. That sentence changed Adrian forever. He stopped seeking approval and began writing again. Years later, the same people who mocked him admired his success. The Stoics teach, people's opinions change constantly, but a wasted life spent trying to impress everyone never returns. The moment you stop caring about external validation, your confidence begins growing naturally. 2. Stop caring about being liked by everyone. Not everyone will like you. And that is completely normal. Some people dislike confidence. Some dislike honesty. Some dislike growth because it reminds them of their own stagnation. There was once a woman named Clara who constantly tried making everyone happy. She never said no. Never expressed disagreement. Always sacrificed her peace to keep others comfortable. But no matter how much she gave, some people still criticized her. One day, her mentor told her, "You can be the kindest person in the world and still be disliked by people carrying darkness inside them." That truth freed her emotionally. The Stoics teach, trying to please everyone destroys inner peace. Wise people focus on being respectful, honest, and authentic, not universally liked. Because people-pleasing is emotional slavery. And emotional freedom begins when you stop needing everyone's approval. 3. Stop caring about things you cannot control. Most stress comes from trying to control uncontrollable things. The future, other people, outcomes, unexpected problems. But Stoicism teaches one powerful principle. Control what you can. Release what you cannot. There was a businessman named Victor constantly stressed about the economy. Every day he worried endlessly. One evening, his mentor asked him, "Can your worrying change the economy?" Victor laughed quietly. "No. Then why surrender your peace to something outside your control? That question changed everything. Victor stopped obsessing over external chaos. Instead, he focused on his discipline, his effort, his attitude. Slowly, his mind became peaceful again. The Stoics teach: worrying about uncontrollable things steals energy from the things you actually can improve. 4. Stop caring about winning every argument. Some arguments are not worth your peace. The Stoics understood. Wise people protect their energy carefully. There was once a young man named Ethan who argued constantly online. Politics, opinions, relationships, random strangers. Every disagreement became emotional warfare. One day, his grandfather watched him angrily typing and asked, "Has arguing with fools ever brought peace to your life?" Ethan paused silently. The old man smiled. "Some people are committed to misunderstanding you." That sentence stayed with him forever. The Stoics teach: not every battle deserves your attention. Sometimes silence is strength, because peace is more valuable than proving yourself right. 5. Stop caring about temporary embarrassment. Fear of embarrassment controls millions of lives. People avoid opportunities because they fear looking foolish. But Stoicism teaches: embarrassment is temporary. Regret lasts longer. There was a young woman named Mia terrified of starting her business. "What if I fail publicly?" she asked constantly. One evening, her older sister told her, "People are too busy worrying about themselves to remember your mistakes for long." That truth changed her mindset. Mia started her business anyway. And even after early failures, she realized something powerful. The world kept moving. Nobody obsessed over her mistakes the way she imagined. The Stoics teach: the fear of embarrassment often exists only inside your mind. And once you stop caring about looking perfect, growth begins. 6. Stop caring about impressing people. Many people spend their entire lives performing, buying things to impress strangers, pretending to be happy, seeking attention constantly. But the Stoics valued simplicity and authenticity. There was once a wealthy man who constantly showed off his success publicly. Luxury cars, expensive clothes, public attention. But privately he felt empty. One day, he visited an elderly Stoic philosopher living peacefully with very little. The rich man asked, "How are you happier than me with so much less?" The philosopher smiled. "Because I stopped building my life around impressing people who do not truly care." That answer changed him deeply. The Stoics teach: true confidence does not need constant display. Because real peace comes from inner fulfillment, not public admiration. 7. Stop caring about rejection. Rejection is part of life. But emotionally weak people treat rejection like destruction. The Stoics viewed rejection differently, as redirection. There was once a young athlete named Leo rejected from an important team. He felt devastated. For weeks, he isolated himself. Then his coach told him, "Sometimes rejection protects you from paths that are not meant for you." That sentence changed his perspective. Leo trained harder instead of giving up. Years later, he found greater success elsewhere. The Stoics teach: Rejection is not proof of worthlessness. It is simply part of growth. And once you stop fearing rejection, you become fearless enough to pursue opportunities boldly. 8. Stop caring about being understood by everyone. Not everyone will understand your journey. And that is okay. Some people only understand lives that look familiar to theirs. There was a young artist named Sarah, constantly criticized by family members who didn't understand her passion. Every dream she shared was questioned. Eventually, her mentor told her, "Do not expect people with limited vision to understand your purpose." That sentence freed her emotionally. The Stoics teach, you do not need universal understanding to live meaningfully. Wise people stop wasting energy explaining themselves endlessly. Because some people are committed to misunderstanding you no matter what you say. 9. Stop caring about perfection. Perfectionism destroys progress. Many people never begin because they fear imperfection. But the Stoics valued action over perfection. There was once a writer named Daniel who spent years planning the perfect book. But he never finished anything. One day, his mentor told him, "Perfection is often procrastination disguised as standards." That sentence hit hard. Daniel finally started writing imperfectly. And over time, improvement came naturally. The Stoics teach, progress creates confidence. Perfectionism creates paralysis. The moment you stop needing everything perfect, your growth accelerates. 10. Stop caring about things that drain your peace. Your peace is valuable. Protect it carefully. Some people bring constant drama, chaos, negativity, manipulation, and emotionally exhausted people often tolerate too much. There was once a man named Marcus, constantly surrounded by toxic relationships. Every conversation left him mentally drained. One evening, his grandfather told him, "You cannot heal in environments constantly poisoning your peace." That sentence changed everything. Marcus slowly distanced himself from Case. And for the first time in years, his mind felt calm. The Stoics teach, protecting your peace is not selfish. It is wisdom. Why stopping caring changes everything. At first, this mindset sounds cold. But Stoicism is not about becoming emotionless. It is about emotional freedom. It teaches you to care deeply about character, discipline, purpose, inner peace, and stop caring excessively about validation, opinions, approval, temporary judgment. Because emotional attachment to uncontrollable things creates suffering. The story of the stone in the river. There's an old story about a stone resting calmly inside a rushing river. The water crashes against it constantly. Storms arrive. Waves strike. Chaos surrounds it. Yet the stone remains unmoved. One traveler asked, "How do you remain so calm while everything around you is chaotic?" The stone replied, "I stopped resisting what I cannot control." That is Stoicism. Peace begins when resistance ends. Daily habits to build this Stoic mindset. Pause before reacting emotionally. Spend less time seeking validation online. Accept criticism calmly. Practice silence. Detach from unnecessary arguments. Protect your environment carefully. Focus on what you can control daily. Most importantly, Stop giving strangers emotional authority over your mind. Final thoughts. The moment you stop caring excessively about things outside your control, life becomes lighter. You stop overthinking. Stop performing. Stop chasing approval. Stop fearing judgment. And for the first time, you begin living authentically. The Stoics remind us, inner peace begins when external noise loses power over your emotions. Remember this. Not everything deserves your emotional reaction. Not every opinion deserves your attention. And not every battle deserves your peace. Because the calmest people in the world are not those with perfect lives. They are the ones who learned what to stop caring about. If this message helped you, subscribe to Calm Over Chaos for more powerful Stoic wisdom that strengthens your mindset, sharpens your discipline, and helps you stay calm in a chaotic world.